And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's live stream, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Rangers content. Guys, just before you do pile in, whether you're watching this on a replay, do hit the like button, get involved in the live chat, and answer me this question. Will Jack Butland leave Rangers this summer? Yes or no? Let me know down there in the comment section below what you guys think. Will Jack Butland leave Rangers this summer? Whilst I'm asking you that, it's because reports out in Belgium tonight are stating we are now, quote unquote, leading the race for a standardly aged goalkeeper, and also following that with that contact has been made. Yes, we're going to get into that in today's sort of live stream, but of course just wanted to go over all the latest Rangers news like this, just because, well, it's been a fairly quiet time, obviously just playing once a week at this moment in time, still buzzing from the weekend, but literally have to wait ages until we can actually play again. So yeah. Of course, this weekend we're up against St. Mirren, actually. Yeah, St. Mirren, in a game that hopefully we can get all 3 points on the board. Guys, if you are just joining in, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. St. Mirren, of course, aside the first game in the post split. So yeah, it's a little while away yet, but in terms of the opposition themselves, it is going to be taking place this Sunday. Sky Sports, away from home, of course, as well. And St. Mirren at this moment in time sitting 5th in the table. Their last win actually didn't come into us since Aberdeen. Before that, of course, the last game they lost to Celtic, lost to Hearts before that, drew to Motherwell, and then lost to Kilmarnock. So they're a side that have been pretty poor form as of late and haven't got any notable victories in a very, very long time. The last victory, of course, coming against Aberdeen. So here's hoping, of course, we do get that job done. We'll preview that a bit later on. But let's talk a little bit about some transfer news, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, whilst it is that sort of time of year, and now at the 23rd of April, we are leading up towards the transfer window. And usually this time of year, you start to hear murmurs and you start to hear reports about what could happen, what could go the way of if Rangers and other teams are linked for potential players, and if there's a decent source, we'll bring it to the table and discuss it. One thing is for certain this summer is that Rangers will be spending money, whether it's the war chest that we were led on to believe by winning the league and getting the Champions League money remains to be seen, but either way we are going to be making additions this summer. Whether that be through selling players and buying players, or again just having some investment in there, or whether winning the league and getting the Champions League money, the club are going to be getting a ton of players out most probably and bringing in some new additions, because we need to improve on what we have been so far this year. Now, already, I think as a club, we already know that we need forward players. That's the main area. I've even gone too far to say that we need some new centre-backs, we need new defenders, we need new midfielders, we need new additions all across the park. Genuinely, that's my thought process. Now, I started to see this report, and whilst I don't usually bring it to the table at this time of year, it comes from a fairly decent source out in Belgium, first and foremost. Secondly, it's the second time I've seen this now pop up over the last few weeks, which makes it think that things are starting to bubble. And then thirdly as well, I started to put the two and two together, and I'm not alarming you with regards to Jack Butland, but John McLaughlin. John McLaughlin at this moment in time, of course, is a goalkeeper who's going to be leaving the club in the summer. There's also talk and reports stating that Robbie McCrory might want to leave the club this summer and fetch to get game time. And then of course there is the kind of media circus around Jack Butland at this moment in time, stating that he could potentially go. Whilst that is not fact, apart from John McLaughlin, I do think he is definitely going to be leaving. The club will need to bring in some reinforcements in that goalkeeping position. In that case, whether John McLaughlin goes, Robbie McCrory potentially goes, and Jack Butland potentially goes. And now, as stated, Belgian reports are bringing the story that we are linked and are leading the race and have also made contact for Standard Liège keeper Arnaud Bodart. Now, this story actually emerged in the main Scottish media, or the the Scottish mainstream media, literally about 2 or 3 weeks ago. A lot of the newspapers, the rags, the fan media sites were discussing this story, quoting Belgian sources, and it kind of died down. It did state that Rangers were interested in the player. His current situation is that he's been at Standard Liège his whole life, and he is going into the final year of his contract in the summer and wants to move on from Standard Liège. Now, obviously, again, that was 2-3 weeks ago where we saw that story. However, now, today, a couple of hours ago, Belgian sources are reporting it again and have provided another update with regards to this, and stated that a dream transfer beckons for Bodart this summer, with the goalkeeper ready to leave Standard, where he has played his entire career. The Belgian outlet also confirmed that Rangers are leading the race for the in-demand player, with Ibrox Chiefs keen to strike a deal at the end of the season, with feeler talks already having been made. Standard club Chiefs are reportedly intent on demanding £3.5 million in terms of a transfer fee for Bodart, with the player still contracted for another season. They also went on to state that both Celtic and Rangers could be looking for goalkeeping reinforcements in the summer, with obviously Joe Hart, of course, set to retire, Benjamin Siegrist and Scott Bain, the backup goalkeepers at Parkhead. However, Rangers, meanwhile, only have Jack Butland on the books, with the stopper enjoying impressive first season. However, John McLaughlin is set to leave in the summer, with Robbie McCrory, the other member of the goalkeeping department, likely to leave as well. So, again, this is coming from Belgian sources today, guys, tonight, hours ago, that Rangers are leading the race currently for Arnaud Bodart, and feeler talks have been made between the club and Rangers. So certainly one to watch upon as we lead up to the transfer window. Look, I don't believe this is going to be done very, very soon. And the fact that that's £3.5 million transfer fee, that fee will not be getting paid from a Rangers side of things. I know that for sure. We're not going to be paying £3.5 million for a goalkeeper, especially a backup goalkeeper. There's absolutely no chance about that. No chance. But again, him coming into the final year of his contract, there's interest in the player at this moment in time, but Belgian sources seem to think at this moment in time Rangers do lead the race. So we'll see, and we'll wait and see what happens with regards to this situation, but it does seem as though Rangers are in demand and are looking for a goalkeeper. The Scottish one says, personally speaking, shouldn't need to be looking at another goalkeeper. I don't think Rangers will let Butland go. He will be too crucial in the Champions League qualifiers if we don't win the title, says the Scottish one. I know, but there's also obviously there's John McLaughlin's going to be leaving. Robbie McCrory's potentially leaving as well. So you do need to have 3 goalkeepers on the books ready to go. Ziggy Diamond says, if Butland goes, I go. Jeanette says, I can't let Butland go. When you keep finding keepers as good as them ones, you have to end up with a Doug likely. Again, I agree 1000% that Jack Butland is non-negotiable in terms of a sale. However, I hate to play the devil's advocate with everybody here, but if Rangers don't win the league and get that Champions League money, he's probably one of the big assets that we can command a big transfer fee that would be able to reinvest back into the squad, which is super unfortunate and super annoying. But that is just the truth that kind of goes along with it. Every player has a price, and if Jack Butland's transfer fee is met, unfortunately, he'll likely be able to leave, which is super unfortunate from our side of things. But as stated, guys, that's reports coming out of Belgium tonight. Again, we'll stick this in terms of an amber light. If we're talking transfer news in terms of what we think of it, a green would be like a Fabrizio Romano, those kind of transfer sources, a David Ornstein. A yellow would be, have some credibility in the in the ranks, but sometimes are a bit BS. And then a red would be, I don't know, something, well, you don't listen to The Sun or something like that. I would say it's a middle ground story. Obviously, we are in the race for it. There's truth in this story that we're obviously interested in this goalkeeper at this moment in time. But, as stated, still too early to decide whether we actually are going to be going in for them. But as stated, the Belgian journalists or the Belgian reports are stating that we have made initial contact over a potential move for him. I just think that's feeler talks. I don't think that's necessarily having a bid or anything like that. It's just anything, but as stated, it is what it is. But guys, let me know your thoughts on this one. First and foremost, let me know if you think Jack Butland will stay this summer. And secondly, is this a goalkeeper that you would like as a potential replacement? Or is it a goalkeeper that you would like to bring in as sort of goalkeeping depth? As stated, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below. He has a Belgian call-up recently as well, so and it is an international. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, guys, and let me know your thoughts, and I'll see you all next time. Take care.